You gave a P-neg a freshly minted psych degree, but your logic's messier than a TikTok spree. You rant and rave, projections on display, and gave my 2 cents, you got nothing real to say. You talk big game, but it's all for the views. Emotional wreck, man, you're singing the blues. Riding on your feelings, ain't no logic in sight. Your arguments are weak, can't even put up a fight. Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, trying to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. You claim you know it all, but your knowledge is thin. Psyched up and emotional, but logic never wins. 2 cents worth of thought that's overpriced. Your takes are colder than an Arctic ice. Chasing clout, but where's the substance, bro? Your shallow insights ain't got the flow. All talk, no depth, just hot air. Your psych degree's a joke, man, if you care. Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, trying to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. Emotional projections, that's your game. Illogical and loud, always seeking fame. Ranting like you're wise, but you're barely sane. In the end, Gabe, it's all just a shame. You think you're deep, but you're stuck in the shallow. Your words are hollow, your arguments follow. Graduated, but still need some schooling. Your rants are a mess, and it's us you're fooling. Gabe and need to take a seat in the game. You need more than emotions to earn that fame. Step up your logic, get your facts straight before you rant again. Contemplate. Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, trying to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, trying to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. Emotional projections, that's your game. Illogical and loud, always seeking fame. Ranting like you're wise, but you're barely sane. In the end, gay deep, but you're stuck in the shallow. Jay put in data, take a seat, learn the game. You need more than emotions to earn that fame. Step up your logic, get your facts straight before you rant again. Contemplate. Jay talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, try to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. So Gabe, here's the truth, take a listen and see. Your emotional rants ain't impressing me. Step up your game, bring some logic to life. Until then, bro, keep quiet, sit tight.
Sit tight. Yo, yo, yo.
So Gabe, here's the truth, take a listen and see. Your emotional rants ain't impressing me. Step up your game, bring some logic to light. Until then, bro, keep quiet, sit tight.
Sit tight, bro. Okay. Shoutout sa inyong lahat. Soybe Gaming, CNN, Kayus Minyo, Noncents. Oy! Hindi tayo mag-start hanggat hindi kayo mag-subscribe kayo. Joy to Understanding, Just Me, Chibi, Soybe Gaming, Lawrence, Kayus Minion, Chibi, Reloader, AMD, Noncents, Jenny, J, Papa Polly, Peter Saganatic, Addictus Rex, yo, Cesa, Ivan, Addictus Rex, Shelo, Engineer. I'm Rory, nakatulog ka na ba? Oh, nakatulog na ako. I'm good, dude. Engineer Macjo, Kikyo, Foxtrot, Maria, Kikyo, Mylene, Eccentric, Paco, Simply Lailani, Noxy, Blasco. Ay, nireplay ko ulit yung sa part ng pagkaiba ng inductivism. Mas na-gets ko na. Mas makigets mo yan kay Kun, the paradigm shift. Puzzle solving something. Shit. Sorry, Bigay, may shoutout sa'yo, Ratam. Sheer, yon. Basta, ikaw. Azrael. Kay Sirdel, Jane, Carbon, Papa Polly, Kikyo, Ayon, Pabi. Hindi ko natapos pakinggan yung part 1 mo, part 2 na agad. O yan, okay lang yan. John Paul, napanood ko yung replay, dun ko naintindihan bakit pinopromote channel ni Gabe. Yan. No comment. Na ban, that's all I can say. For now, thank you, Kayo. Kakampi ba kita? Ano? Ano ba trip mo? Kakampi ba kita? No comment? Binigyan mo. Nag-sponsor ka ng cheer sa akin para kalabanin lang ako. Grabe ka naman. Prior and shoutout sa'yo. Rickster, Rex, Racket, Miss Christine, Can Comprehend, Master Pogi, John Paul, Foxtrot, Paul Looping, Pops Chule. Ako na napagbibintangan na mayabang dahil sa'yo. Shirley, shoutout sa'yo. Vincent, Boswell, Ilimar, Mylene, Ilimar, July, Simple, Input. Kayos mo yun, di ba? Hindi pa rin ba ito? Hindi yan sa tawag yun. Tukshite, mate. Tukshite. Nakita ko nga yung comment ni Simple Lailani eh. Tukshite, mate. Walang ngayon ganda na lang. Ito. Punta tayo sa here we go, episode 1. Gabe my 2 cents. Gabe my nonsense. Okay. Ganda gabi, boss kayo. Ayan, boss. Evening, sir. Evening. Tukshite, mate. Da? Walang personalan. Pinagsabihan kita, beware, ban ka to. Wala naman akong ginawa eh. Sabi mo lang, di ba? Sabi mo lang, ingat sa pag-upload. Wala naman akong masamang ginawang in-upload eh. Grabe ka naman. Wala naman akong masamang in-upload after nun ah. By the way, batiin ko nga pala ulit ikaw, Sir Kayo, leader ni Paco. Hindi. Leader niya si Mrs. Packers. Ito na natin. Ito yung episode 1. Maraming points dito. Ito. Which is weird.
Again, this is
Ito. Ay, gagi. Boss Amo yan.
gave my 2 cents.
Ingat daw sa pag-upload. Ingat daw sa pag-upload. Yun lang naman sinabi niya eh.
This is gave my 2 cents episode 1. Alright, enough of that. Okay, let's see the topics that we have here. Okay, psychology topics. I guess we could start with that, right?
Good.
As some of you may know, as most of you may know, if you're my follower on TikTok, I am a psych major. I took up psychology as my major, and
Cool. What's your plan?
it's been a really fun adventure.
I'm sure.
It's been a really, really, really interesting journey, and
Yeah.
and now we're here.
This is the weird part. This is a weird part. It took up psych major. Interesting journey, right? Here's the best part.
And I didn't really think about using my major as somewhat of a living.
You know it? Then what's the point of it? Sorry. Katanong lang naman ako, no? So you took up psych major, and then you're not really planning to use it, like, to practice it? Then what's the point of it? So I became a TikToker. I know, right? A psych major pero hindi gusto is... I know, right? Isn't that weird? For me, that's weird. Psych major at physics major. Malapit Physics major. Stepping stone para maging white knight. Actually, may ginawa na akong parang naglaro pa ang balak. Ito, buti pa si Mars. Tinawanan ka. Lumalabas lang yan pag may nakakatawa talaga. So, lumabas siya ngayon. Ito, meron akong i-ano ko sa Spotify. Titignan ko pa kung paano ko i-upload. That's the cover of my album. Nightmare. The Truth Behind the Mask. Da? Nightmare. Wordplay. Nightmare. Am I not amazed? Walang iyakan, Gabe, ha? Walang iyakan, ha? Walang iyakan. Okay? Walang iyakan, ha? Walang iyakan, Gabe, ha? Nightmare. Na? ka mag-alala. You're not alone there. Les Paul and Sloan will be there too. Don't worry. Okay? Palapag ng spot. Hindi pa nga Boss kayo, mahilig ka ba sa Metallica at Megadeth? O, Megadeth not really. Metallica, oo. General. Di ba? Damn, Psych Major. Buti pa to. At least ginagamit profession ng psych ng tao. Isang physics major, inuuna pakikiba. De. Actually, I beg to disagree, right? Kasi, ang question ko is, okay, you're not going to use your formal education, no, as your way of like living. Hindi. Parang source of incomes or something na magiging vocation mo. Okay. So, anong gagawin mo pala sa TikTok? Armchair diagnosis? Is that what you're going to do? Oh, that's why. That explains lahat ng pinagsasabi mo sa akin sa message. Oh, because maybe you're good at armchair diagnosis, right? Maybe, I don't know. Baka ang plano niya is hindi niya gawing vocation. Gamitin niya sa TikTok para sa projections niya. Para pagbintangan ka niya ng pagbintangan. Bakit? Psych major ako eh. Dude, that's still armchair diagnosis, dude. You know that, right? My goodness. Oh! Kaya puro bintang. Oh! Sasabihin niya actually yan dito eh. Sasabihin niya yan dito eh. Oh. Armchair analyst. Gawin business. Meron pa yan dito. Huwag kayong mag-alala.
Para pagkakitaan, I mean. Pero nandito tayo ngayon sa space na to, and I've been trying to make content to like raise awareness about certain psychological topics and to raise mental health awareness as well. And it's been really fun since a lot of you people have been telling me that they want to now pursue psychology as their...
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's not science. Hindi. Okay lang naman kung gusto mo, trip mo yan, di ba? Pero ako advice ko sa inyo. Kung papipiliin kayo, kung may chance naman kayo, no? Kasi kung papipiliin, like for example, sa State University dito sa Cavite, may psychology dyan. That's fine. Okay lang naman kung gusto mag-psychology. Pero, kung meron ka naman chance, papiliin ka, kung philosophy, and then ang major mo is parang is philosophy of mind. The nature of mind, consciousness, something like that. I would rather you take that kaya psychology. Okay? Mag-philosophy ka na lang. Okay? Tamo siya, hindi naman din niya gagamitin eh, di ba? Di naman yung pagkakakitaan, di naman yung gagawin vocation. So, kung gano'n lang din, si Teres Paribus, with all being equal, I would rather you take philosophy and philosophy of mind. I guess nyo? Para lang sa akin ha. Oh, game.
As their major. And that's a really, really interesting thing for me since I never thought that people would follow the passion that I took up, which is psych. And
yeah, you're wondering why I'm debunking you? Because people follow you. Your stupid ideas. Your absurd ideas. That's why. Now you get it. How to defend weak people? Call a psychologist. Sana pinatato mo, Gabe. Diba? Ayan, that's the reason why. Because people follow you.
now, it's just amazing to like see people in the comment section saying na, uy, ako din po, na-inspire po ako mag-psych dahil sa inyo. I am now an incoming.
Now you know, Gabe. Welcome to the real world. Yes. Show me your education then. This is the reason why we subscribe you, Gabe. Di ba? Right. Yung mga hindi pa nag-subscribe kay Gabe dyan, mag-subscribe na kayo. Hindi ko tutuloy ito. Oh. Sige. Lahat ng hindi pa nag-subscribe dyan, mag-subscribe muna kayo. Bilis. Bilis. Hindi kami na-inspired. Hu. Oh. Bilis, 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 bilis. Oh, YouTube, Gabe Pineda. Oh, Gabe. Gabe talks. You don't walk. Gabe Pineda. Oh. Oh, no, ayaw. Na-time out kita. Akala mo kayo nasusunod dito? Yan tayo eh. Feeling nyo lagi kayo nasusunod dito eh. Okay? Oh. Ayan, yan. Anong no? Anong gusto mo time out kita? Oh. Ano to, tyranny? Oh, tyranny to, tyranny. Done na po. Yan, tyranny to. Nagtatanong ka pa ba talaga? Kala ko obvious na. Oh, 905 to, 905. Oo, tyranny to. Oh. 905. Ano channel? Oh, ayan po yung nakapin, no comment. Kaysa asarin mo ako dyan, ano ka na lang dyan, mag-subscribe ka na lang. Ayan, ano to? Brasuhan this, democracy. Anong democracy? Democracy are for the weak. 94 na. Hi, 94 na lang, oh. Mag-subs naman kayo. Ata kayo kay Lee. Wag na yan. Teka, susunod na si Lee. Wag na susunod na si Lee. Susunod natin si Lee, okay? Important si Lee, pero importante ito. Interesado ako. Absurd ideas. Ito. Ilan na, hoy? Konti na lang. Oh, ayan, 910 na. O, sige, pwede na tayo tumuloy. O, bukas naman, sa susunod na naman. Sa susunod na pambabraso ko naman sa inyo.
Psych major. Quick psych dahil sa inyo. I am now an incoming first year psych major.
First year psych major? Sa mga nag-comment pala, sorry.
Gabe, mag-exam na ako. Mag-entrance exam na ako. Sorry if my voice breaks a lot. Galing ako sa sakit.
Lexan?
So, well, anyway. I think the most...
Oo, test ng pagiging subscriber to. Oo. Kaya huwag kang tumanggi dyan. Baka ma-time out ka dyan. Bahala ka. Sinira, gusto mong makabawi, di ba? Sinira mo yung clover bits. Sinira mo yun. You ruined it for us. I'm not gonna buy it ever again because of you. Okay?
interesting thing about taking up psychology...
Ito yung interesting daw.
I think the most interesting thing about taking up psychology as a major is how much of a mirror it is as a major. And may kasabihan na you will be your first patient. And
you will be your first patient. Oh. Ito. Ito maganda dito.
I can't even deny that because as much as it's highly...
Okay, auto timeout ko lang sarili. Well, wag ganon. Gusto mo nga makabawi, di ba?
unadvisable to like self-diagnose. It's very tempting and unavoidable.
Tempting and unavoidable. Teka. Review lang natin yung mga Second, no, I'm a content creator. I'll talk about social issues. I'm an activist by heart. No, you're a TikTokerist by heart. I've been making political content long before you milk my videos. Really? I milk your videos? Isa yung nga yata ang pinakamababang views dito. What the hell are you talking about? I intend to live in a better society. Ooh! Ikaw, anong goal mo? Mag-debunk na lang ng mag-debunk? If you want to live in a world that doesn't change, be my guest. I'm gonna be around longer than you. Mag-debunk daw na mag-debunk. Puro call out ka nga lang. Inspiring speech, yes. Right? Inspiring speech. Huh? Inspiring. Live in a better society. It would be better without you, dude. Get it? Have you thought of that? It would be a better society without you. Get it? That's what you, that's what you don't get. Anyway, teka. You only argue for the sake of arguing. Dude, I'm debunking your absurd ideas, your stupidity. I think society will benefit from that. Why? Because they can see ano yung stupid idea sa hindi stupid idea. Saan yung galing sa emotion? Saan yung galing sa reasoning? Yung sa'yo, puro emotion. Yeah. For a psych major, you suck at it, dude. Well, sinabi mo rin naman na, well, hindi mo naman plano kasing gawing, no, di ba? So, hindi ka magki-clinical, ano? Okay, that's fine. Then what's the point of it? I'm just curious, what's the point of it? Oh, what's the point of it? Pakita natin. Sabihin niya dito, walang wisdom. Mapaghihiwalay ang emosyon sa katotohanan. Motivational speech with scamming intent. Aminado naman na siya, he's appealing to emotion. Well, yun nga. Sabi niya nga ganito. Sabi niya nga ganito. Sabi niya, ito. You want your opinions to matter so much, it reeks. Wala namang puso. The fact that I am concerned about society with your stupid ideas, that already implies heart. Kailangan may entanglement. Ang emotion, ang heart, ang pathos, ethos, and logos. You don't have the logos. Kung ano pa yung pinapagsasabi mo, radical feminism? You think we're gonna allow you na ispread yung stupidity na yan? Oh, ikaw, tamo isipin mo the only way to actually settle a dispute is through discussions and debates, right? We've been doing that. Ang tagal na niyan sa history. We've been doing that to settle issues. Even in politics, they're doing that. Even in Senate, they're doing that. Even in the courts, they're doing that. Are you telling me that no? That's part of the practices na ayaw mong gawin at gusto mong baguhin? Are you stupid? Anong gagamitin mo to actually i-put forward yung agenda mo? Through force? Tapos ikaw yung gusto ng better society, ha? You want to silence me from doing content sa mga stupid ideas mo. That's how you do it? That's how cowards do it. Because you don't know how to defend your position. See, you can always claim na heart without actually grounding it to logic. Yes, or Robin Hood. That should be a good argument, right? Robin Hood, nagnakaw para itulong. That should be good, right? No. Are you stupid? You want to destroy, sabi mo, patriarchy. That's radical feminism. sasabihin mo Christian ka. Ito, sasabihin niya dito, synthesis ng faith niya, ng education niya. Ha? Alam mo ba ibig sabihin ng synthesis? Ibang ibig niya sa patriarchy. Iba-ibig sabihin niya dyan. May presidente tayong babae. So, your point is, iba yung ibig niya sabihin dyan. Ang gusto niya sabihin dyan is yung role ng male and female, ng man and woman. Tingin niya kasi meron dong inequality sa role. Sure, kung gusto mo, okay, fine. Pero you have to live your religion or your faith. Because the Bible says you rule over your wife. And the wife must submit to her husband. Are you gonna fight that too? Oh. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. White knight feminist pang pagdit ng chicks. These types of ideology brought about toxic masculinity. Both sides are just hell-bent on vengeance. I know. And he's pretending he's affected by it. Sinabi rin, privilege niya. Tingnan nyo, meron dito pinaka-importanting part. Yung mismong tinanong ko sa kanya, ay tinanong niya sa akin. Yung tinanong niya sa akin. Yung tungkol sa patriarchy, di ba? Sabi, bakit daw wala nagre-reklamong ganon? Di ba sabi niya, bakit wala nagre-reklamong yung na-abuse? Ba't wala nagre-reklamo, di ba? Actually, nakalimutan niya yata itong content na to. Kasi yung sagot ko sa kanya, yun yung sagot niya dito. Nakalimutan niya yata. Yun ang problema kapag ka nagko-content ka lang for the sake of having a content. Hindi mo hinuhugot sa belief system mo. Like Nico David. Same pattern. Ngayon nakalimutan mo yata yung sagot mo dito. You literally made it an example. You use it as an example. Tapos tatanungin mo sa akin, sabihin mong mali ako, di mali ka rin dito. Di ba sabi niya, both dapat, di ba? Sabi ko, call out both. Sabi niya, kaso ang problema, vina-validate natin yung patriarchy if we actually call out men. Right? I call out women. Pakinggan yung sabi niya dito.
Andali kasing i-take personally yung mga pinag-aaralan mong psychological concepts and ako yan. Oh, that's me. That's my struggle. Yeah. And lately I've been realizing that now well, technically graduating na talaga ako. Wala na kaming ginagawa.
Technically graduating na raw siya. Hindi pa pala graduate. Kailan ka naman graduate?
Signing ng clearance. Na-realize ko na sobrang dangerous
Kaya ibang issue, ibang stand. Correct. Like Nico David. You're not the first person that actually did this.
talaga ng self-diagnose or diagnosing other people as well. Ganito yung ugali niya. Siguro narcissistic siya or meron siyang NCPD.
Oh, why did you do that to me then? Alam ko na. Kasi debunk ka. Ngayon wala kang maiba tong arguments. Ngayon, gagamitin mo na yung pinagbabawal na technique. You will diagnose everyone that actually is against your opinion. You just said it here. Hang on.
Dangerous talaga ng self-diagnose or diagnosing other people as well. Ganito yung ugali niya. Siguro narcissistic siya or meron siyang NCPD. Narcissistic personality. NPD, meron siyang NPD. Or meron siyang OCPD, meron siyang OCD, ganito ganyan. Remember that a lot of people might exhibit these kinds of mental health disorders. The symptoms, they might exhibit the symptoms, pero that doesn't necessarily mean that they have these mental health disorders.
Oh, really? Totoo ba? So, kaya ba hindi ka mag-practice yan so you can actually use it? So, bakit ganito yung nagiging way mo? You are using it against other people. Like, nagkikriticize sa'yo. Like me. Like Pinoy Extreme. I thought you said na you shouldn't do it. But you are doing it. So ano pinagsasabi mo sa live mo? Exactly. Inconsistency. Alam mo kung bakit? Wala siyang maisagot. Wala siyang maisagot. That's the reason. He cannot get, hindi niya kayang i-derive yung arguments niya from logos. Ang kaya niya lang kasi, sanay lang siya, isaan? From pathos. Cognitive dissonance. Yeah? Kaya sabi ko sa iyo, you are giving your audience, your viewers, cognitive dissonance. This is my proof. Kasi sabi mong wag, pero you're doing it. Oh. Are you afraid na ma-expose ka? Well, that's your problem. It's your stupidity that actually brought you here.
And I've been
Ano sagot? Ginagatasan mo content ko. Yeah. Yeah. Double standard pa. Yeah. Yan yung sagot niya. Instead of tackling the arguments as it is, debunk it. Ano sagot? Ginagatasan mo videos ko. Oh, really? Hindi kaya stupid lang talaga yung ideas mo? And then we won't allow that? Sinasabi ko sa'yo eh. Oh.
been on record
Kung tinake mo yung deal ko, di wala tayong problema, di ba?
a lot of times making videos about raising awareness about these kinds of issues because I think people have been so comfortable about the fact that we can just use these words loosely.
Oh, really? So idealism and idealism and realism, you are using it loosely. Really? What a hypocrite. Really? What?
And like making videos about raising awareness about these kinds of issues because I think people have been so comfortable about the fact that we can just use these words loosely and lightly without having accountability of how we use them.
Really? Surprise, surprise. Coming from you. Without the accountability, huh? Okay. 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 Yung nagko-question, nagpapatunay ng isang tao sa buhay gagraduate pa lang. Okay. Mind blown, right? Mind blown. Oh, wow. Ah. Tuloy.
And it's very important for us to understand that having awareness about these certain topics requires responsibility.
What? Really? Totoo ba yan, Gabe? Alam mo, parang si Gabe, parang yung parang bumili ng kotse tas binasa yung brochure. O legit makapagsalita. Right? So anong pinagkakalat mo mga stupid ideologies din? Shouldn't you be held accountable sa mga stupidity na mga pinagsasabi mo? Yung absurdity ng mga ideas mo? Shouldn't you be held accountable for that? If I'm your professor, I'll give you an A for audacity. Kasalanan talaga to ni Marx eh. Sobrang galing mo, Gabe. Pati mga langgam dito sa amin naniniwala. Pseudo-intellectual.
Kasi if we continually use these psychological terms loosely and lightly and not put weight on those issues,
Oh, sa psychological lang ba yon? Ha? So what the hell do you mean by realism and idealism then? You're using it loosely. Practice what you preach, dude. Hindi yung puro amba. Hindi puro projection. Hindi puro yabang. Puro kakayabangan. Pare-parehas kayo mga white knights. Brochure knowledge, meaning may overview ka pang pero hindi mo alam how it works. Yun nga, di ba parang sounds like a person who read the brochure.
Then, nawawalan kasi sila ng meaning or
Exactly! 100% agree that you should be precise with your words and your language, right? And the ideas. Ito sabi mo. Sabi ko, parehas kang mali. So we should call out both. Say mo correct. Correct. We should call out both. But if I actually call out the women, we're actually validating the structure, the patriarchy that we actually get our privilege from, something like that, along those lines. So you're just shifting the power from men to women then. Kung hindi yung pinaka-stupid na idea ang narinig ko, hindi ko na alam kung ano pa yung ibig sabihin ng stupid. Coach, mag-subs lang naman, hindi naman required manood sa kanya, di ba? Oh, hindi. Ano lang. Subs lang. Di pa ako nagsasubs. Abangan ko. May na... Simple lang yan, Gabe. You can chew gum and walk at the same time. Ang bobo mo naman.
what we call watered down meanings, di ba?
Exactly. Anong ginawa niyo sa realism and idealism? Is a freaking watered down meaning, right? I gave you the technicality of it, the technicalities, the technical terms, the idea, the philosophical. Then ako mismo nagtanggal ng ambiguity sa pinag-aawayan nyo. And then, nag-agree ako sa iyo na we cannot mix the two. He's right about that. Ano sabihin mo? It's about realism and idealism. Otot.
Kaya, every time we talk about these issues and topics, ang hirap nilang paniwalaan for the common folk. Kasi akala ng mga tao, dahil nga palagi siyang nagagamit, palagi silang sinasabi, palagi silang binibitawan, wala na silang bigat. Kumbaga, uy, depressed ako. Uy,
Exactly. But you keep using yung mga ay mo, red herring. That's not a red herring. Do you even know what a red herring is? Do you know what it is? Gamit ka ng gamit, alam mo ba? Ad hominem, alam mo ba?
uy, ang lungkot na pakiramdam ko, feeling ko depressed ako. Uy, nadidistract ako, feeling ko may ADHD ako. Uy, nakaka-OC naman yung salamin mo kasi square and circle. Speaking of, let me just change into a different lens. Yeah, I guess that's one of the challenges that we face as psych majors because
You're just a psych major. You don't even use it as your vocation. You're not implementing kung ano yung pinag-aralan mo technically and formally sa trabaho mo. Anong struggle sinasabi mo dyan?
it's our duty to raise awareness, but at the same time, that awareness comes with responsibility.
Talaga. Exactly. That awareness ay may kasamang responsibilities, right? Good, I agree. Then every time you gave your nonsense, we, as community, should hold you accountable for it. Correct? That's accountability. If you don't like that, then what the hell are you doing here? Nikong-niko. Exactly. Ha-addict ba yan si Gabe ng mga terms niya? Para flex psychology major niya? Wala akong problema sa terms. Dahil sinabi ko na rin yan. Kung ma-dilute yung meaning, that's dangerous too. Galing na galing si Gabe sa sarili niya. May kailan nga kami. Physics major na 100% certain eh. Correct. Correct talaga ng mga ganyan psych major, mga Dunning-Kruger lagi. Hindi lahat, mostly sa kanila, hindi nila alam psych ang isa sa mga pinakamadaling kurso dito sa Pilipinas. Exactly. Exactly. Kaya kasama sa kanta yan eh.
Diba? So, sad to say,
Ano ba kaya yung pinapatay ko sa panganay ko? Just take psychology. If you want, philosophy din. Kung ayaw mo psychology, kung gusto makatapos, then go take psychology. Yeah, that's what I told my kid. Go take psychology course. Kung gusto mo lang makagraduate, right? Go ahead. Pero kung gusto mo talagang seryosohin at may bala ka mag-law, okay, gusto ko i-take mo philosophy. Kung gusto mo lang makagraduate, then go take psychology. Papayo course mo daw, basic lang. Mahal, hindi. Psychology minor subject lang yan eh. Sorry ah. Hindi, tsaka inaasar ko nga si si Papayo, di ba? Kasi psych graduate din si Papayo. Sabi ko, I'm sorry dude, but psychology is not science. Hello, Mang Temyong. Nakakatakot tuloy ako. Natakot tuloy ako mag-psychology. Baka matuod ako kay Gabe. Kung mag-psychology ka lang, mag-philosophy ka na lang. I'm telling you.
kagaya nga ng sinabi ni Loki dun sa season 2.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Loki. Psych. Akala ko sabihin niya, Sabi nga ni Freud. Hindi pala. Si Loki pala. Okay.
Purpose is more burden than glory.
Purpose is more burden than glory. Okay.
And I think whenever people would enter psych as a major, they need to be very precise.
Really? They do? Really? Why do you always use general terms then? General claims, general terminologies. Why? I thought you should be precise. Yeah, ang daling sabihin, no? Pero kapag ka tinanong ka na, are you doing that? O, sige, sabihin natin, pagbigyan natin siya ng siyempre, bigyan natin siya ng leeway naman. Okay, yung sinasabi niya is yung dapat gawin. Hindi niya naman sinasabing yun yung ginagawa niya. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. Sasabi mo, ad hominem yan. Bakit yung tinuturo ko kasi, iiba naman sa ginagawa ko. Okay, tama pa rin naman yung sinasabi ko kahit di ko ginagawa. Totoo naman yon, Gabe. I agree. Pero let's talk about yung ginagawa mo. Doon sa tinuturo mo na dapat mong gawin, ginagawa mo ba o hindi? Kung hindi mo ginagawa, are you trying to do it o hindi? Are you planning, are you trying to structure your way of thinking para mag-conform doon sa sinasabi mong ideal na yun? O hindi? Please.
With their intention and their purpose. Because if they are not precise and intentional about the purpose that they want to do with this major,
so kailangan intentional.
it's very easy to lose yourself.
That I agree. I think you just lost yourself there. That I agree.
for purpose. Because if they are not precise and intentional about the purpose that they want to do with this major, it's very easy to lose yourself or to lose your purpose.
Oh. At least intentional siya na hindi gamitin yung major niya. I'm confused kasi, di ba sabi niya kanina, hindi niya raw plano. So at least intentional siya, right? Intentional na hindi gamitin. Intentional na hindi pursue. After school. Tama ba?
I guess. Kasi, uy, psych major, maangas yan. Ganyan. Uy, psych major, matalino yan. Nagbabasa ng isip, di ba? Pero hindi eh. I think, ang pagpupursue ng psych as a major comes with a very, very important responsibility.
Which is what?
We need to be accountable sa mga actions and sa mga words na binibitawan natin. Because
Ayun! So ngayon, nung hold kita accountable sa mga pinagkasabi mo, ba't ka galit? Hindi ba dapat matuwa ka? Di ba dapat matuwa ka kasi hinahasa kita? Kino-question kita? I'm holding you accountable sa mga words, ideas na sinasabi mo, yung mga garbage na sinasabi mo dyan sa TikTok. Hindi ba dapat matuwa ka sa akin? Eh bakit galit ka? Sa bagay, yun nga yung point, no? Sinasabi mo lang yung dapat. Di mo naman sinasabing ginagawa mo. Got it. Huwag mong patawarin sa Clover Beats dahil nagsabaw kay Gabe. Not fair. Fair yun. I will say what's fair and not.
because we are at the forefront of this movement that we're trying to raise awareness of. And if we're not careful, a lot of people will just take us lightly and we will not be taken seriously. Which
Yeah. And that's my job here. For people not to take you seriously. Because you're a freaking coward. And what you bring is actually absurd ideas. A dangerous idea. Na wala kang kaalam-alam sa pinagsasabi mo. You don't see the consequence of it. You don't use your critical thinking. So yeah, I agree.
which is what we are in need of. 'Di ba? Kaya nga ang daming psych majors then or content creators rather that are trying to raise awareness about mental health kasi nga we are in dire need of more budget para sa mental health natin.
Oh, here we go, budget.
Since-
Ayoko niyang budget.
And I can't even begin to tell you how absurd that is because we need to
Oh.
mental health.
Oh,
Ito naman natin siya like sa friends,
Teka, punta na natin dito. Nakaano pa ito eh. Ito. Hanggang dito mo tayo.
family, etc.
Ito na.
One of
Ito na yung synthesis. Ito na yung synthesis, guys. Ito
the
na.
most difficult things that I faced
One of the difficult things na kinaharap niya.
friends, family, etc. One of the most difficult things that I faced
Yes, random. Punta ka sa about ano ko sa YouTube. Andun yung email ko.
entering psych as my major was my religion.
Here we go. Okay, here we go.
I am a born again Christian. My mom is a pastor.
There it is. His mom is a pastor.
One of the most difficult things that I faced entering psych as my major was my religion. I am a born again Christian. My mom is a pastor.
You're not a born again Christian without a church. Are you? Okay.
And to say that it was difficult to accept these new topics in my head would
Like what topics?
be a severe understatement. I think it's very I think it's very
Her mom? Kala ko papa niya. Now you know. Alright? Now you know.
very it's very I think it's very difficult for me to process these kinds of new arguments that are being delivered sa akin and
What would be the arguments?
being presented sa akin. Especially when we were taking up ethics
Okay. What's up with ethics then?
and some of the other major subjects na meron kami. Growing up, it was really like unidimensional. Like it was faith, diba? It was just religion. It was just
You just said ethics. What does faith have to do with ethics? Maybe hindi ka kinwestiyon ng arguments o hindi ka nahirapan sa arguments. Baka nahirapan kang intindihin, Gabe. Anong kinalaman ng faith sa ethics? Hindi ko gets. Pinalaki ka sa faith. Okay, then ethics. Well, may ethical framework din ng Christianity. Bakit sa faith ka pumunta? Baka hindi ka na baka hindi challenging, baka hindi mahirap, di mo lang na-gets. Puro yabang ka kasi. Weak lang talaga si Gabe. Paano? Anong kinalaman ng faith sa ethical frameworks? Just yapping pero hindi naman talaga naintindihan. Ethic is actually differs. Yeah! Pero bakit sa faith mo ikukunik? Sabi na hindi niya alam pinagsasabi niya. Dapat siya mo, the Christian ethical framework is, nahirapan ako. Pero faith mo pinuntahan.
Jesus and stuff. And I think the challenge for me was to try and separate who I am as a psych major and who I am as a Christian, as a believer.
What? Why do you have... Sabi niya, kailangan niya daw i-separate as a believer tsaka psych major, right? Okay. Yun daw yung nahirapan siya. Question. Do you really have to do it though? Parang ang sinasabi niya, you cannot actually do science if you actually believe in God. That's a false dichotomy. May contradiction. Yun nga yung point ko eh. May contradiction ba? Bakit mo kailangan i-separate? Kaya yun yung point ko. Sabi niya, hindi niya ginagamit yung belief niya, right? Hindi niya ginagamit yung belief niya sa mga ganito, sa awareness, something. Sabi ko, why not? So ano yung epistemic, grounding mo? Kung inabandon mo na pala yung belief system mo, yung epistemic grounding mo, which is the biblical teaching, so saan mo dinodraw yung belief mo? The world, right? So magkataka pa ba kami na woke ka? Na you actually departed from the biblical wisdom. Magkataka pa ba kami? Na yung sinasabi mo, gusto kong gibain yung patriarchy. Magkataka pa ba kami na radical feminist ka? Magkataka pa ba kami sa clothing? Magkataka pa ba kami? Di ba? Ilang taon na ba yan parang Gen Z magsalita eh? Aba, malay ko dito. Kaya nag-resort ka sa puro patos na lang. Ganun. Woke nga eh. He turned his back already sa Christianity. That's my point. If you did, then just say it. Huwag ka mag-cover dyan sa, huwag mo i-cover yung sarili mo na, hey, Christian. Ang tawag mo sa mga tao sa nag-church, sinabi mo, yung unang-unang video mo, you Christians. What do you mean, you Christians? You're not a Christian? Same na same sa nangyari kay Nico David. He kept talking about God bless you, Jesus Christ, blah, blah, blah. And then, when I actually exposed him, dun lang nalaman ng mga taong atheist siya. Hanggang kailan ka kakapit? Kasi I can see it with your ideas. You're an agnostic. You actually departed from the biblical wisdom. If that's if that's the path na you want to take, then fine. But don't hide do sa facade na I'm a Christian. Come out, Satan. Ang alam ko 25 years old lang siya. You're going there, Gabe. Minsan Kristiyano, minsan hindi. Yun lang. Sabi niya nung umalis siya sa church dahil sa mga people. Then ngayon, may claim din siya na about sa psychology. I'm so confused. Correct. Hindi, iba pa naman to. 80s ako kahapon, Christian na ulit ako ngayon. Hindi, pero may claim siya synthesis eh. Ano yung synthesis?
Pero not more so about separating who I am, but integrating those personalities that I have and trying to find a synthesis in this.
Oh, di ba? Finding a synthesis. Okay, paano mo ginawa yon? Destroying patriarchy. Dress, right? Dress. Being woke ka. Sa sobrang pagiging woke mo. Sige, paano mo ginawa? That alone. Tapos na usapan natin. Those three? Tapos na. It's like trying to synthesize an idea between idealism and realism. You cannot. Kasi meron kang importante. Dun pa lang, magsimula ka pa lang sa first axiom. First axiom. Idealism. Reality is fundamentally mental. Realism. External world that actually informs us of what's true or what's real. There's reality outside of us. Is that fundamentally mental? Sige, create a synthesis. You cannot. Right? You're telling me na you can create a synthesis sa wisdom of the world and wisdom of God? Are you stupid? Nag-depart ka na nga doon sa clothing eh. Nag-depart ka na rin doon sa ano? Rule over your wife. Wife must submit. Nag-depart ka na nga doon eh. Ano pang gusto mo? Nag-depart ka na rin sa church. Synthesis mo mukha mo.
Between. So we have a thesis, an antithesis, and a synthesis, di ba?
Oh, ano ka? Antithesis ka sa clothing, di ba? Antithesis ka sa biblical teaching. Biblical wisdom. Antithesis ka doon, hindi synthesis yun. Huwag mo kang pinagloloko. Lokohin mo kapitbahay nyo. O yung mga followers mo.
Oftentimes, religion and psychology are theses and antitheses.
No, not necessarily. Maybe you just don't understand what you're trying to learn. Start ka dito. Ito. May bibigyan siya example dito. Tama.
So, are thesis and antithesis.
Ah.
And as someone who's brought up in an environment where I was like brought up Christian, and as a psych major, I wanted to find a way where I could relate my major as a psych graduate and my belief as a Christian.
Ito. Bata pa talaga si Gabe kayo. Di ba? Ito yung may magagawa, wala kang nagawa sa church nyo. May gagawin ka sa society. Sabi nga ni Jordan Peterson, clean up your room. Yun yung first step. Bago ka mag-take on ng responsibilities na outside naman sa kakayahan mo. Sarili mo ang church, di mo matulungan. Sabi mo sa amin, tutulungan mo yung society. Sino ba pinagloloko mo?
And it was difficult. It was really difficult. I mean, if you visit like some of the concepts that we have in ethics, we have René Descartes who said that we are a blank slate when we are born into
That's
this.
luck. well, hindi naman, wala namang relevance yung pangalan, so wala naman masyadong effect yun sa consequence.
World. And that goes entirely against some of the principles that I know of the Bible, 'di ba? We are not a blank slate. We are born with sin.
Oh! Edi medyo malapit kay Freud, right? Ano driving force sa ano ni Freud? Yeah. Right? Hindi mo mag-gets no? Kung gusto mo mag-synthesize, ganito lang. Ha? Ano ba ang starting point mo? Yung knowledge of the world or knowledge of God? Kung ikaw ay knowledge of God ka mag-start, you actually derive your theory there. We are fallen creatures. That's your first axiom. Then, because of that nature, the nature of men, fallen creature, sinners. Ano ba yan, Teka. Si Carl yung nga base theory niya sa Krisya. Yun yung point. Di ba? Ito. Adam's original sin. Man lost. The posse non pecare. The power not to sin. And retain the posse pecare. And power to sin. Right? Okay. After nun, nagbago yun. If you actually derive that theory from that axiom, then you have no problem with the synthesis of your psychological theories and the wisdom of God. Gets? Well, you just don't know. You just don't understand what you're trying to learn. That's it. Puro ka yabang. Puro ka porma. Hindi ikaw yung taong learner na actually curious about the idea, na willing to dive deeper do sa idea. You're not that kind of person. You're a wannabe. Kaya nga hindi mo ipopursue yung psychology, right? Because you're not in love with it. My goodness. Pag graduate mo, sasabihin mo, graduate ka, sabihin mo, hindi mo planong gawing ano yon, vocation. Saan ka nakarinig ng ganon? Isipin mo ako, graduate ako ng engineering, sabihin ko, pero hindi ko siya planong gawing pagkakitaan. Then why the hell did you, diba? Di isa ka doon sa problema sa economics na may career mismatch. Kasi utak niya, kaya walang puntahan yan. Hindi kasi kayo, ano ba work na psychologist? Sa style ni Gabe, dangerous ang tali-talinuhan ng followers niya, kulang din sa research. Di ba? Pasikat lang. Di ba? Hindi ikaw yung, I mean, for a person na nag-take ng isang course, nasabihin mo sa amin na hindi yun yung ipapursue mo after. Then why? Kung sino yun, humanities, yung 5. Okay. May question doon, may question doon. Parang education or experience, right? Tinatanong yun as part of the kung paano ka mag-isip, di ba? Sabihin nila, okay, experience. Dahil kapag nandun ka sa real world, it doesn't matter kung ano yung kundi kung ano yung outcome, right? Kung ano yung product, right? Ganun yung nangyari. Yung iba sabihin naman, if you don't have the theoretical, then hindi mo malalaman. Like, it doesn't become science if you actually don't know the theoretical side of it. Well, my answer was, you need both. Because most of us start with experience. And you become in love with it. You want to, kumbaga, you want to do it, kumbaga nag-decide ka na to actually, I like this. I like what I'm doing. The problem is, yeah, you're good at it for now. Kasi experience lang yung alam mo. Ngayon, in order for you to become sophisticated about your craft, you need to take education. Because yung theoretical stuff will actually help you to innovate from the old theories. You become innovator. You need both. It's not an either or. Yun yung sagot sa prof ko. It's not education or experience. That's a false dichotomy. Kasi ako, nung nag-aral ako ng second course ko sa management, nandun na ako mismo sa lugar na yon. And then I want to be sophisticated about it. With it. My knowledge about it. Finance, economics. I want a formal education now. But I'm already doing it. Kaya konti lang yung adjustment sa akin. Bakit konti na adjustment sa akin? Because I already know what he's talking about. I already know kung ano yung nilileso nila. In fact, mas marami pa akong alam kaysa sa nilileso nila. But that's not the point. You want to know with discipline kung ano-ano yung mga theories na meron. Kasi pag-aaralan mo yan sa school. Kumbaga, table. Lahat ng gagawin mo is mag-start sa table. Theories are created on the table. Not in the field.
Yun yung ano ng Bible, 'di ba? Yun yung turo ng Bible.
Na ano?
But on the other post that I know of the Bible, 'di ba? We are not a blank slate. We are born with sin. Yun yung
Exactly.
ano ng Bible, 'di ba? Yun yung turo ng Bible. But
Pero do you know that luck is a Christian too, right?
on the other hand, I think it enabled me to become a little bit more open-minded about things and try to treat every topic with empathy and understanding.
Empathy and understanding. Yeah, you can actually understand an idea without actually compromising yours. You can do that. Or you're just a weak-minded na, kasi lagi ko sinasabi eto lagi ko sinasabi, kahit kay BJ ko to sinasabi, na parang maraming katanong sa akin, how do you read those ideas? How do you read those philosophers without actually endangering yourself from not coming back? Not coming back from their ideas. Sabi ko, yes, always. There's always a danger for that. Kasi you are trying to get into their mind. Right? Get into their mind, in their philosophy. Try to understand them. There's a danger that you won't come back. Yan yung sinasabi ni Nietzsche na, be careful with staring at the abyss. Kasi the abyss might stare back at you. Right? That's the point of it. When you actually try to dive deeper sa mga philosophy ng mga philosophers, there's always a chance that you won't come back. Kaya ngayon, sabi nila, ano ba yung kailangan ko na basahin muna? You have to make sure that your knowledge about Christ is strong. Because I told them, because every time I read philosophers, nahuhubaran ako. Nahuhubaran in the sense, yung belief mo is shake yung belief system mo, right? Every time, palalim ka ng palalim doon sa tao, like keepers, kung saan, di ba? Right? Right? Pasok ka doon. Pasok ka sa philosophy nila. Sabi ni Nietzsche, philosophy daw is just a bias confession, is just a confession of every philosopher. Confession of their bias. Sabi ni Nietzsche yan. Sabi niya, yung mga philosophy daw is just a confession of their biases. Sabi, that's true. I agree. Okay. So, if you actually try to know their ideas, mauhubaran ka papunta doon. Mauhubaran ka talaga. And every time, kapag malalim na ako sa isang philosopher, the only knowledge that actually saves me, and then inuhugot ako pabalik, is my knowledge of Christ. That's it. Nagigets niyo yung point? Kaya pag may katanong sa akin para mag-start ng apologetics, sabi ko, get everything you know. Get everything you can about Christ. That would be your defense. That's the starting point. You get everything you can about Christ. Exhaustive knowledge about Him. Kung di mo naman kaya, basta as in lahat. Every time na meron kang like knowledge about Christ, go ahead, go get it. Saan ko yung natutunan? Kay Apostle Paul. Sabi niya, ang dala niya lang ito. Parang sabi niya na I have nothing, parang pakita ko sa inyo. Ito. Ito sinabi ng Apostle Paul. Ay? 1 Corinthians 2:2. Ito. For I resolved to know nothing while I was with you except Christ and Him crucified. Ulitin natin. And so it was with me, brothers and sisters, when I came to you, I did not come with eloquence or human wisdom, as I proclaimed to you the testimony about God. For I resolved to know nothing while I was with you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. That's it. Nakita niyo ba? Ako parang, then how did you do it, Apostle Paul? The whole apologetics ni Apostle Paul, saan niya kinuha? From that fact. So, sabi ko, pag may nagsasadya sa akin, pag nagtatanong sa akin, ano bang kailangan kong gawin, kapag kailangan kong basahin, philosophers, blah, 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 sabi ko, start with Christ. Get everything you can about Christ. Why? Security first. Because if you actually learn the philosophy of those philosophers, baka hindi ka na makabalik. That's the danger. It seems to me, si Gabe ay naligaw na sa loob. At hindi na makabalik. Why? Because the foundation is weak. No doubt. Every time na ano mo yan, na basahin mo yung mga philosophers, mga psychologists, mga yan, no doubt, may chance na hindi ka na makabalik. At inaamin ko, every time na may inano akong mga philosophers, nauubaran ako unti-unti. Hanggang sa huli, the only knowledge that I have is Jesus Christ and Him crucified. Stumbling block to Jews, foolishness to Gentiles. That's all I have. Then that brought me back.
Because when you're brought up Christian, it's very probable for you to be, paniniwala ko to, ito yung tama. I used to be like that before. And
And you're not now?
it was mainly because I was brought up in an environment where, I was taught about the love of Jesus and everything, but I knew Jesus on a theological level,
Maybe. That's the reason why.
on a biblical level, but not on a personal level, if that makes sense.
Okay. Not in a personal level. Do you know what that means? You don't know Him in personal level. You only know Him in theological level, right? An atheist can know Jesus in a theological level. The question is, what are you? Oh, so inamin niya na nga na agnostic siya. Exactly. See? That's why you're angry at me, Gabe. Because I'm going to expose your ass. And di random ba't kinontent kita? Now you get it, right? Now you get it, right? It's not an accident. Doon pala sa unang-unang video mo, wait, is this an agnostic? Demon whisperer mode. Kamatis yan. Si Gabe kasi nag-cherry pick. Cherry pick lang sa sunod niya kung I'm going to expose your ass. That sounded so Gabe. Yeah, I'm gonna expose your ass.
And if anything, studying psych as my major was one of, if not the best experiences that I had, that I could have integrated with who I am as a psych major. Sobrang,
Ano?
as a Christian pala, sorry. Kaya sobrang saya ko nung malapit na ako matapos mag-aral. I was
Just admit you're an apostate. Kayo was sent for Gabe. God gave me you.
like, damn, it's really worth it to like go through all these confusion and finally find a way how I can combine those two together and
How did you combine it?
hopefully reach
Hindi niya alam nakakaamoy si Kaya ng mga atheist at agnostic.
a better conclusion. And
What's
ano
the
pa ba?
conclusion?
I honestly don't know what to talk about anymore. It's been 11 minutes and I feel like I've been talking for an hour. I hope that I am not boring you out. Sana ma-invite mo dito si Tito Pao. I hope so. I am
No. Ito question ko sa'yo, Gabe. Basta, masabi ko sa'yo, I'm gonna expose your ass. Okay. Sabi mo, you're trying to find the synthesis between your faith and your education, like psychology major, right? Give me a synthesis. Prove it. About women's attire. How do you make a synthesis between what is said in the Bible na dress modestly at yung sinasabi mong walang kinalaman ng dress? How do you make, give me the synthesis. And at the same time, sabi sa Bible, rule over your wife. That's a command. And sabi sa wife, you must submit to your husband. How do you create a synthesis between that and the wisdom of the world na pinaglalaban mong radical feminism? Paano? Sige nga. Kung di mo kaya, then prepare. Well, this is just the first. Binigyan lang kita ng baseline. Kasi dito ko i-draw lahat ng mga implications dito. Sabi mo, Christian ka eh. Kaya nga. Typical na puro forma yang si Gabe. Father, head of the son. Son, head of the man. Man, head of the wife. Wife, head of the children. The order. Then give me the synthesis. Tatakas na naman. Wala akong pake. Sabi ko nga, nagbigay na ako ng di ba? Nangyari na yung prediction ko eh. Whatever you do, may 3 options ka. Sa 3 options mo, isa lang conclusion doon. Ang question lang dito is, pares ba kayo ng fate ni Fate, I mean destiny, ni Nico David? That's what I want to know. If not, don't project. Okay? Kasi I'm gonna burn your ass. Okay? That's my nonsense. Okay. I will let you give your nonsense. Kamusta kayo? Hello? End na to. Dahil dyan, papatugtugin natin yung para kay Gabe. God bless inyo lahat.
You gave a P-neg a freshly minted psych degree, but your logic's messier than a TikTok spree. You rant and rave, projections on display, and gave my 2 cents, you got nothing real to say. You talk big game, but it's all for the views. Emotional wreck, man, you're singing the blues. Riding on your feelings, ain't no logic in sight. Your arguments are weak, can't even put up a fight. Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, trying to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. You claim you know it all, but your knowledge is thin. Psyched up and emotional, but logic never wins. 2 cents worth of thoughts that's overpriced. Your takes are colder than an Arctic ice. Chasing clout, but where's the substance, bro? Your shallow insights ain't got the flow. All talk, no depth, just hot air. Your psych degree's a joke, man, if you care. Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, try to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. Emotional projections, that's your game. Illogical and loud, always seeking fame. Ranting like you're wise, but you're barely sane. In the end, Gabe, it's all just a shame. You think you're deep, but you're stuck in the shallow. Your words are hollow, your arguments follow. Graduated, but still need some schooling. Your rants are a mess, and it's us you're fooling. Gaping need to take a seat in the game. You need more than emotions to earn that fame. Step up your logic, get your facts straight before you rant again. Contemplate. Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, trying to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the shock. Spitting nonsense, trying to make a name. But your shallow rants are really all the same. Emotional projections, that's your game. Illogical and loud, always seeking fame. Ranting like you're wise, but you're barely sane. In the end, gay lead, but you're stuck in the shallow. Jay, put the name to take a seat, learn the game. You need more than emotions to earn that fame. Step up your logic, get your facts straight before you rant again. Contemplate, Gabe talks, but he don't walk. Just a loudmouth doing it for the show. Spitting nonsense, try to make a name, but your shallow rants are really all the same. So Gabe, here's the truth, take a listen and see. Your emotional rants ain't impressing me. Step up your game, bring some logic to light. Until then, bro, keep quiet, sit tight. So Gabe, here's the truth, take a listen and see. Your emotional rants ain't impressing me. Step up your game, bring some logic to light. Until then, bro, keep quiet, sit tight.